All right, welcome back to Foul Rag and Bone Shop of the Heart. I'm going to keep reading this book. This book has just made my whole week. It's been such an honor to read these great writers, and I hope it never ends, but unfortunately a book is a finite thing. It will end. The beauty lying there within is that there are infinite amount of books in relation to our lifespan. So we're never going to read all of them. The trick is to find the ones that do it for you. That's the key to life. But anyway, that reminds me of that Stephen Wright joke when he said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and he goes, whoever wrote that wrote everything. So this is going to be by Etheridge Knight. It's called Feeling Fucked Up. Lord, she's gone, done left me, done packed up and split, and I with no way to make her come back, and everywhere the world is bare. Bright bone, white crystal sand glistens. Dope death, dead dying, and jiving drove her away, made her take her laughter and her smiles, and her softness and her midnight sighs. Well, Knight, don't feel sad. In my opinion, that shark will circle elsewhere to feed, once that shark smells new blood. This one's called The Impulse by Robert Frost. It was too lonely for her there, and too wild, and since there were but two of them, and no child, and work was little in the house, she was free, and followed where he furrowed field or felled tree. She rested on a log and tossed the fresh chips, with a song only to herself on her lips. And once she went to break a bough of black alder, she strayed so far she scarcely heard when he called her, and didn't answer, didn't speak or return. She stood, and then she ran and hid in the fern. He never found her, though he looked everywhere, and he asked at her mother's house was she there. Sudden and swift and light as that tides gave, and he learned of finalities besides the grave. And I've said it before, Robert Frost is the only rhyming poet I've ever really been able to stomach. I don't know why, but I just something about Robert Frost. Talk about a slice of Americana. Robert Frost is just the essence of that man. And this one's called The River Merchant's Wife, a Letter by Ezra Pound. While my hair was still cut straight across my forehead, I played about the front gate, pulling flowers. You came by on bamboo stilts, playing horse. You walked about my seat, playing with blue plums, and we went on living in the village of Chokan, two small people without dislike or suspicion. At 14, I married my lord, you. I never laughed, being bashful. Lowering my head, I looked at the wall, called to 1,000 times. I never looked back. At 15, I stopped scowling. I desired my dust to be mingled with yours, forever and forever and forever. Why should I climb the lookout? At 16, you departed. You went into far Kuto Yen by the river of swirling eddies, and you have been gone 5 months. The monkeys have made sorrowful noise overhead. You dragged your feet when you went out. By the gate now, the moss has grown, the different mosses, too deep to clear them away. The leaves fall early this autumn in wind. The paired butterflies are already yellow with August. Over the grass in the western garden, they hurt me. I grow older. If you are coming down through the narrows of the river Kiang, please let me know beforehand, and I will come out to meet you, as far as Chufo Sa. Absolutely beautiful. This one is called We Must Die Because We Have Known Them by Rainer Maria Rilke. We must die because we have known them, die of their smiles, unsayable flower, die of their delicate hands, die of women. Let the young man sing of them, praise these death bringers. When they move through his heart space, high overhead, from his blossoming breast, let him sing to them unattainable. Ah, how distant they are. Over the peaks of his feeling, they float and pour down sweetly transfigured night into the abandoned valley of his arms. The wind of their rising rustles in the leaves of his body, his brooks run sparkling into the distance. But the grown man shudders and is silent. The man who has wandered pathless at night in the mountain range of his feelings is silent, as the old sailor is silent, and the terrors that he has endured play inside him as though in quivering cages. Beautiful, and that was from Paris, July 1914. And this is Walt Whitman with Once I Passed Through a Populous City. Once I passed through a populous city, imprinting on my brain for future use its shows, architecture, customs, and traditions. But now of all that city I remember only the man who wandered with me there for love of me. Day by day and night by night we were together. All else has been forgotten by me. I remember, I say, only one rude and ignorant man, when I departed, long and long held me by the hand with silent lips, sad and tremulous. That took my breath away. One of my favorite possessions, one of my prized possessions is my hardback of Leaves of Grass with the grassy-looking cover, that cloth, just beautiful. Even just looking at it, just gazing upon it in fast passing is inspiring. And this one is called History by D.H. Lawrence. The listless beauty of the hour, when snow fell on the apple trees and the wood ash gathered in the fire, and we faced our first miseries. Then the sweeping sunshine of noon, when the mountains, like chariot cars, were ranked to blue battle, and you and I counted our scars. And then, in a strange gray hour, we lay mouth to mouth, with your face under mine like a star on the lake, and I covered the earth and all space. The silent, drifting hours of morn after morn, and night drifting up to the night, yet no pathway worn. Your life and mine, my love, passing on and on, the hate fusing closer and closer with love, till at length they mate. Sounds about right, and it's beautifully done. I've said this before, reading this book, and it's not news, it's not a news flash, but they have called D.H. Lawrence the master of language. And this one is A Coal Fire in Winter by Thomas McGrath. Something old and tyrannical burning there, not like a wood fire which is only the end of a summer or a life, but something of darkness, heat, from the time before there was fire, and I have come here to warm that blackness into forms of light, to set free a captive prince from the sunken kingdom of the father coal. A warming company of the cold-blooded, these carbon serpents of bituminous gardens, these inflammable tunnels of dead song from the black pit, this sparkling end of the great beasts, these blazing stone flowers, diamond fire, incandescent fruit, and out of all that death, now, at midnight, my love and I are riding down the old high roads of inexhaustible light. Absolutely gorgeous. And this part of the book is called The Cultivated Heart. And I'll start out with advice from Heraclitus. Men who love wisdom should acquaint themselves with many particulars. Eyes and ears are bad witnesses for men with barbarous souls. Nature loves to hide. I'll tell you what, those ancient Greeks could spit fire, couldn't they? Amazing. What a succinctly beautiful, and the brevity and just the cautionary feel of that is it's something. You don't see that anymore. You don't see it anymore. Maybe in Tarantino movies. All right, another ancient Greek. This is called Advice from Pythagoras. Do not eat the black-tailed fish. Avoid the flesh of animals that die on their own. Do not polish a seat with oil. Never speak when facing the sun. Again, eloquent in that brevity of those great Greek axioms, those aphorisms, whatever you want to call them. These are 4 lines that apply to this day. I mean, you can speak when facing the sun, but you're pretty fucking preoccupied, even with a badass pair of shades. Well, speaking of badass shades, it's about 7:30 a.m. The sun is out. It's a crystal blue sky, not cobalt like I missed in the desert, but it's clear enough to call it crystal. Not a cloud in the sky, and I'm going to get the dogs outside and get some sun on my hasty mug. I need it. Thank you for listening and being here, and I will talk to you in the brand new video. And as always, take good care.